Hi, my name's Donovan Todd, and I'm a realtor for Keller Williams of Winter Park here in Central Florida. These are my top 5 reasons to move to the Orlando area that don't include the parks. Some may surprise you, so let's go find out. Okay, so coming in at number 5 for reasons to move to Orlando in the Orlando area is Orlando itself is one of the fastest growing cities in the United States. And so what that means is more jobs, more opportunities when it comes to housing from apartment complexes all the way up to luxury homes or states. And there's everything in between for whatever you're looking for. We all know there's tons of jobs when it comes to Disney, Universal, hospitality, but there's a huge health industry down here, including Lake Nona, Orlando. There's a ton of opportunities when it comes to health and hospitals. Other jobs that are coming in are Disney is moving a couple thousand jobs of their headquarters from Burbank over here to the Lake Nona area. And so that's going to be influx on anything from management to Imagineering. So if something like that interests you, Disney's moving a bunch of jobs. Coming in at number 4 for me for the reasons to move to Orlando is taxes. Now, taxes in Florida, you still have to pay a state tax, but the great thing about Florida is there is no income tax, and that includes Orlando. So if you move to Orlando, and because you are a resident of Florida, you would not have to pay any income tax. And that is huge because someone who lived in a income paying tax such as up to for someone who paid income tax for quite some time in a different state, it takes a lot of money away from your ability to earn. So, of course, having that is just one less thing that you have to worry about. So, that is a great reason to move to Florida. Okay, coming in at number 3 for me has to be location. The location of Central Florida is so prime that you have beaches within about an hour on the East Coast and the West Coast, a little bit further on the West Coast, but we're talking maybe 20, 30 minutes further for the Tampa Bay area of beaches. Now, mentioning Tampa Bay is about an hour to hour and a half, depending where you go, to Central Florida. And that is big because if you get bored or tired of Central Florida and you want to get some different views or different food, whatever it may be, you can make it an easy day trip. I've done that quite a bit. We've gone to some of the most beautiful beaches in the United States within a day, come back, and loved it. It's been a great day trip. On the other side, you have things like Daytona, Cocoa Beach, the other smaller beach towns like Vero and Flagler, all these other small beach towns that you can get more remote and it's a lot more quiet other than some of the large beach towns. Daytona, you have the races, you have Bike Week, you have so much stuff in proximity to Orlando that it makes a prime location. It's almost perfect because, for example, we left on a cruise about a week ago and it took us about 45 minutes to get to port. 45 minutes to pack the car up and drive and be at the terminal to get on the cruise ship. Not only to mention that, we're going on a cruise in a couple months. That's in Fort Lauderdale. That's about a 2.5, 3 hour drive. So you can be down in South Florida within a couple hours, and there's a lot of benefits to that to me. Coming in at number 2 is just the things to do, and that kind of piggybacks on location. But when I say things to do, and that's other than the parks. So we're talking, if you don't want to go to Disney, if you don't want to go to Universal, if you don't want to go to SeaWorld, There are a lot of things to do. There's a lot of attractions that you can take advantage of, like there's a lot of nature trails. There's a lot of wildlife that you can see in the area. One of my favorite, probably one of the coolest things in the United States is the amount of natural springs Orlando and the Central Florida area has, where in the wintertime you can take tours and see manatees and all sorts of wildlife that utilizes these natural springs, and they're so beautiful, so clear that you just have to go check them out. There are a lot of different activities, including International Drive, that are more touristy, like Icon Park and the huge Ferris wheel and the swings, to Ripley's Believe It or Not. We have it all. And then one of my favorite things is checking out local downtowns, smaller businesses, the local restaurants, the local shops, a lot of handmade items. We have a lot of that between Winter Park, Winter Springs, Winter Garden. There's a lot of different things that you can get yourselves into every weekend, and the calendars are always full within these towns that you'll really never go bored. So that's reason enough just to move here, is just the amount of things to do other than the parks. And the parks themselves you can get lost in the parks every weekend if you want to just do that. So that's, just a cherry on top. Okay, so the number one reason, I'm sure you know what it is. It's the reason I moved to Florida, down from the Maryland area, is the weather. The weather is not only great, it's almost perfect here in Central Florida because you have really no worries when it comes to the hurricanes. You have, I would say 9 to 10 months out a year, you have almost perfect weather here in Central Florida. So what that looks like is, yes, the summers can get humid and warm. Now, I don't mind it because I've lived in areas like the West, like Arizona, that it gets so hot that you can't do things. Now, down here, that is not the case. You can still go out and go to the beach, you can go to the pool, you can go to the parks. If you really want to, you can spend all day in the parks. Yes, it's going to get warm, but it's not unbearable. I can go out and wash my car without burning myself. You can do those things. Now, the 3 months out of the year, that's what I'm talking about, is those summer months that get really, really hot. But if you can put up with those months, the June, July, August time, the winters will really give you back. Right now we're in December, and today was like 80 degrees. And the coldest it gets is maybe in the 50s and 60s. And that's not bad. If you're coming from the Northeast like I was, where for 3 months straight you're looking at 10 degrees or no snow, and it's, the wind chill, it's terrible. Winters here are going to be amazing for you. Water parks are still open, and it's December. I drive down I-4, I look to the right, and I see Volcano Bay. You go a little bit further, there's another little water park, and you see everybody still having fun, and it's almost Christmas. That's crazy. People still go to the beach and swim in the water. We go down to Palm Beach to visit family, and, we got in the water. It was, not terrible. It was pretty reasonable. Where else, other than a few select places in the United States, that you can say you can do that? It's just an absolute treat if you live here all year round. You can really utilize pretty much everything that Florida has because of the weather. If you're like me, I play a lot of golf, and up in the Northeast, you can't play golf all year round because the golf course closed. And down here, you can play golf all year round, and it's amazing. It almost doesn't feel like, it's almost a surreal feeling. So that is my number one reason, is the weather. Please, if you have any questions at all about the Central Florida, even the Florida area, please don't hesitate to contact me, reach out, any question at all. I'd love to help you out. All I ask is, if you are choosing to move to the Central Florida area, I would love to be your real estate agent of choice and help you out along the way. Whether if you're moving from a different state or just down the street, I would love to help you out. All my contact information will be in the description below. Again, my name is Donovan Todd, and I would love to help you out, whatever it may be. And hope to hear from you soon. Thank you so much, and have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much.